Okay, wait a second, did you hear the news? Cyclops is back. Yeah. Not a reboot. Not a recast. The actual Cyclops from the early 2000s X-Men movies. James Marsden himself is suiting up again. And not just for a little nostalgic cameo. Nope. He's back in full force, in the Avengers. Yep, you heard that right, Cyclops is teaming up with the Avengers in a movie called Avengers, Doomsday. I mean, what? That's not something you hear every day. And here's the cool part, James Marsden says it's been an absolute blast playing Cyclops again. He even called it a nice little homecoming. Pretty sweet, right? But it gets better. Because this comeback? It's been a long time coming. And if you're wondering how Cyclops fits into the whole Avengers picture, oh, we're definitely getting into that. So stick with me, because this story has layers. And if you ever loved the original X-Men movies or felt like Cyclops never really got the spotlight he deserved, you're in for a treat. Alright, so let's rewind for a second. If you remember X-Men, The Last Stand, you'll probably also remember how weirdly short Cyclops' role was. Like, blink and you'd miss him. They basically wrote him off with almost no explanation. It was confusing, kinda disappointing, and left fans wondering what happened behind the scenes. And honestly, it always felt like he didn't get the ending, or the respect, he truly deserved. Now fast forward to today. Out of nowhere, Marvel Studios calls up James Marsden. And guess what? He was totally surprised. In his own words, he said, "Are you sure you want me?" And they told him, "We never stopped wanting you." That's kind of beautiful, right? Imagine getting a call like that after all these years. Like someone saying, "Hey, we see you. We remember what you brought to the table. And we want you back." That's got to hit differently. So yeah, this whole thing feels more than just another movie role. It feels personal. It feels full circle. Marsden described it as a homecoming. And honestly, for those of us who grew up watching him as Cyclops, it totally feels like one too. He said stepping back into the character felt natural. Like he was picking up where he left off, but with a whole new level of depth this time. And here's where it gets interesting. This isn't the same Cyclops from 20 years ago. Not even close. This version? He's more mature. More grounded. Still a leader, but with more experience, more grit, and way more confidence. Marsden mentioned that this time around, Cyclops is written with more edge and authority. He's not just the guy following orders or stuck in a love triangle. He's the guy calling the shots. And if you've ever thought Cyclops was kinda boring or too straight-laced, think again. This version of him? He's got layers. He's weathered battles. He's lost friends. He's led people through chaos. And now, he's stepping into the biggest battle of them all. So yeah, he's earned his stripes. And that brings us to the next big question. Why is Cyclops with the Avengers now? Like, how does that even work? Well, Avengers, Doomsday isn't your average superhero flick. This is a multiverse-level threat. We're talking stakes that go beyond any one team or timeline. And here's the twist, mutants aren't being pushed to the sidelines anymore. They're actually crucial to the mission. So naturally, the Avengers need someone who knows how to lead a team when everything's falling apart. And Cyclops? Yeah, that's kinda his thing. He's always been the field leader of the X-Men. He knows how to organize chaos, strategize mid-battle, and keep his team alive. That's not just cool. That's invaluable. Marsden even joked about how surreal it felt stepping into scenes with Thor and Iron Man. He said it was like being the new kid in the cafeteria, walking up to the popular table. Only you're wearing red sunglasses, and everyone else can toss planets around. That's such a visual, right? But here's the best part. The rest of the Avengers? They welcomed him in, no ego, no awkwardness. Marsden said there was real chemistry. Especially between him and Anthony Mackie, aka the new Captain America. Apparently, those two couldn't stop laughing between takes. He said there were scenes they just couldn't finish because they kept cracking up. It was that much fun. And that kind of chemistry? You feel that on screen. It makes the team-ups feel real. Not just some big crossover event, but like actual people working together, figuring each other out, learning how to trust each other. And that's something you can't fake. Now, let's talk about something a lot of people don't think about. Nostalgia. It's powerful. Bringing back someone like James Marsden doesn't just make longtime fans happy. It taps into real emotional memory. It makes the story matter more. Because it's not just another actor in a costume. It's someone we already care about. And Marvel knows that. They're not just cashing in on fan service, they're building emotional continuity. Think about it. If you saw Marsden's Cyclops in 2000, and now you're seeing him again, older, wiser, leading a new generation. That's growth. That's a journey. That's storytelling with history behind it. And it hits differently. Another thing most people don't realize is how much value a legacy actor brings. Marsden has been through the ups and downs of superhero films. He knows what works. He knows what feels real. And he's not trying to prove anything anymore. He's just doing the work. That brings a calmness. A confidence. Directors on set even said Marsden's energy helped ground the whole team. Especially with some of the more chaotic characters, like Deadpool and Rocket Raccoon. Yes, they're in the movie too. It's that kind of movie. So while others are throwing out jokes or smashing buildings, Cyclops is the guy keeping everyone focused. And honestly, that kind of leadership is rare. And really underrated. Because not every hero needs to be the loudest or the flashiest. Some heroes lead by staying calm, thinking 3 steps ahead, and making sure everyone gets home alive. That's Cyclops. And that's what Marsden brings to the table. So yeah, this comeback? It's not just about nostalgia. It's about finally giving Cyclops his moment to shine. And after all these years, it feels earned. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about James Marsden returning as Cyclops? Do you love it? Were you surprised? Or were you hoping Marvel would go in a different direction? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I really want to hear what you think. And if you're into this kind of breakdown, you should totally check out the video we did on how Marvel plans to merge mutants into the MCU without breaking everything. There's a lot happening behind the scenes, and it's gonna get wild. Also, if you enjoyed hanging out here, go ahead and tap that like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We've got a ton more Marvel content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the conversation. And remember, if you ever meet Cyclops in real life, maybe don't look him directly in the eyes, unless you're wearing protective gear. Smiling face with sunglasses. Catch you in the next one.